A kind woman named Samin Zargaran, who lives in San Francisco, had a cat named Kitten, a striped, energetic bundle of joy, like a perpetual motion machine. She was always seeking attention and couldn't stand being alone for even a minute. Understanding how important it is for cats to have a companion, Samin and her husband decided to find another pet for Kitten so that she would have someone to spend time with. One day, while searching for a new pet, they came across a tiny kitten named Bowler. Her mother had been left with other kittens when they were about 4 weeks old. Although the mother cat returned to her babies, she was very weak and no longer able to properly care for them. Samin and her husband provided the mother cat with the necessary veterinary care, and they found good homes for each of the kittens. However, Samin realized that she had fallen in love with little Bowler and couldn't leave her behind. At first, Samin decided to keep the kitten separate from Kitten and introduce them gradually. But Kitten had a different plan. As soon as she heard the kitten's meow, she rushed over and proudly presented herself, as if to say, "Here I am." However, the kitten was not thrilled by this sudden encounter. Bowler, startled and frightened, took a defensive stance. She hissed, puffed up her fur, and tried to appear bigger than she was. But this reaction only intrigued Kitten, and she became even more eager to get to know the newcomer. For a while, Bowler hid in the living room, and Kitten watched her from a distance. Every time Kitten tried to approach, Bowler would hiss aggressively, and once even stood on her hind legs to scare off the older cat. But Kitten had a different goal: to win over the little kitten's trust. Slowly but surely, she got closer to Bowler, and gradually, the kitten began to get used to her scent and presence. One day, Bowler even approached Kitten's bed, climbed onto it, and began kneading the blanket with her paws. That moment marked a turning point in their relationship. Kitten approached the kitten and began to gently lick her. It was an incredible moment, Samin recalls. After that, they started playing, and Bowler even allowed Kitten to groom her. From that day on, Kitten took on the role of an older sister, constantly following Bowler around the house. She became her protector, never letting the kitten out of her sight and making sure she stayed out of trouble. Kitten generously shared all her belongings with Bowler, baskets, toys, blankets, and was always there to care for her little friend. Now, Bowler has grown and become even more playful and curious. She loves to tussle with Kitten's tail, pretending to be a fierce warrior. Kitten supports her in everything. When Bowler eats, sleeps, or plays, Kitten is always nearby, watching over her safety. They spend a lot of time together, playing and having fun. Bowler loves to hide so that Kitten has to search for her, only to suddenly pounce. Samin is overjoyed to have these wonderful cats. Kitten and Bowler have become true sisters, and their bond grows stronger every day. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel to watch even more great videos.